Hi, this is Neil's on Dynasty. I am on a roll today. I've got too much time on my hands. Please like, share, and subscribe. Buy some silver and some platinum. You will love the opportunities it presents to you in the next couple of years or so. And be kind, helpful, and grateful because it is so much better than being a jerk. This is back to the boomerang effect and how these people in Yemen think that they can do all kinds of stuff to Israel and just be like little children throwing a temper tantrum, getting their way. This is about them not getting their way. This is about the backlash that's fixing to happen. And I was wondering why America didn't just go in there and knock them out real quick. And again, I keep saying it's an economic war. We don't really fire shots in this economic war uh, other than economically. And this is the economic backlash that's fixing to hit Yemen by its African brethren, because now Yemen seems to be costing African countries money, and you don't do that. Here's the story. Little highlights in between.
East African ports should expect slower traffic in the coming days after increased attacks on ships by rebels passing through the Red Sea on their way to the western end of the Indian Ocean. This means that traders using the Mombasa and Dar es Salaam ports, for example, may face higher costs as shipping lines avoid the shorter route to avoid attacks. Major shipping companies have been compelled to divert ships from the Red Sea and Suez Canal to the Cape of Good Hope at the southern tip of Africa instead, raising the cost of cargo on board. According to Mr. Gilbert Laggett, CEO of the Shippers Council for Eastern Africa, SCEA, members should expect cargo destined for the region's ports to be affected because they depend on transshipment. The return of containers and our exports will be delayed, but for imports, the supply chain will be affected for transshipment since most of the motherships pass through the Channel in Yemen to other ports where medium vessels pick cargo to Mombasa and Dar es Salaam ports, he said. The rebel attacks have also put car dealers in Kenya under a great deal of stress as they race to import vehicles whose year of manufacture is older than 2016 before a December 31st, 2023 deadline makes their importation unacceptable. According to sources, two ships carrying some of the Kenyan vehicles have been diverted to take a longer route, which could take an additional 13 to 14 days. For these car dealers, any delay in arrivals means that old cars will be shipped out of the country, as the Kenya Bureau of Standards has already issued warnings and guidelines under the 8-year rule that prohibits older vehicles from entering Kenya. All of these disruptions to East African shipping and international maritime trade are due to attacks by none other than the infamous Houthi rebels. The Houthis, officially known as Ansar Allah, or Supporters of God, are a Zaidi Shia, Islamist political and military group that emerged in Sada Governorate, Yemen, in the 1990s. Predominantly made up of Zaidi Shias, a distinct minority in the Sunni majority country, they draw their leadership from the Houthi tribe. Their origins lie in the grievances of the marginalized Zaidi community facing economic neglect and political exclusion by the Sunni-dominated government. Founded by Hussein Badreddin al-Houthi, a charismatic religious leader, the movement initially focused on social and religious revival, but later turned political, demanding greater representation and an end to discrimination. In 2004, clashes erupted between the Houthis and the government, sparking the Houthi insurgency. Years of sporadic conflict culminated in the Houthis seizing the Yemeni capital Sana'a in 2014, sending the internationally recognized government fleeing. This triggered the ongoing civil war, drawing in regional powers like Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates.
Okay, we got to stop right there. We're going too far. We're going to take this to China because the straits of whatever they're talking about, it affects China because it says here in this report, and this report is from, I don't know who it's from. Hold on, I don't want to be plagiaristic. I've got to give who it's from. It is from the Middle East Institute. Okay. Let's go back down here. investment. China has become increasingly important to sovereign direct investment in the Red Sea region. Okay, so basically, what all this says, and this validates from that organization, China ships 10% of the products they get out to the world through that area. So now those Yemenis insurrectionist rebels are affecting China's economy. So it's another strike and blow. What's going on in the Red Sea with that faction of rebels of Yemen that wants representation in Yemen, so they cry like little babies and start killing other people and disrupting the whole world, all because they want representation in their own country. And this is how they get it, because their own country does not recognize them. And that brings me back to another point. It's the Shiite Sunni issue. See, the rebels over there are Shiites, Islamic Shiites in a Sunni country. The Sunnis hate the Shia hate the Sunnis. So they have a little blood conflict going on there as to who's God's favorite son and their God's favorite son. So they're fighting, and they want attention. They want attention. So they disrupt the world. America doesn't go in there and solve it. What happens is America allows it to go on. You know, we throw our warships. I was wondering why we just threw warships in there and we weren't more aggressive. But now I understand again. I keep saying this and I forgot it. It's an economic war. So we're allowing these little Sunni or Shiite Islamic rebels to disrupt world commerce. So now the world is going against them. They wanted attention, and I don't think they're going to like the attention they're going to get in the coming weeks, probably the start of the new year, because African countries are starting to be affected economically by that little tribe that wants attention, and they're stopping Red Sea traffic, port shipping traffic, because they want attention, because they're Islamic brothers. Oh, they're not brothers because they're Sunni and Shiites, so they're Islamics that hate Islamics, along with everyone else, are causing a problem. Do you see the problem here? Anyhow, I see lots of other countries getting involved to squash, and terminate this little tea party they have going on in Yemen of some little tribe crying that their religious beliefs or Islamic religious beliefs are hated by other Islamic religious beliefs. And the world's going to pay for the other Islamics hating that Islamic group. I just don't understand the stupidity. Anyhow, you guys have a nice day, and Merry Christmas.